we talk about this a lot, Aaron and I. It has such an incredible parallel. I mean, the neuroscience part of it is part of it that we both, I know, and so many people need to learn more about. But for me, just as a young girl, watching people around me, I used to think about this a lot, and I'll tell you why. So my mom, we grew up in Southern California, and my mom used to be a model. She was very, very thin at the time when she was a model, too thin. And but she had 3 daughters, and it was during a time where eating disorders and different things were popping up with a lot of teens around us. And I'm sure they're still ever present. And she was so strict on that we were never allowed to diet. Never. And so, but we watched a lot of people around us. I mean, her theory was little baby steps, make little incremental changes. And then, and as you get those done, then go do the next one, which I feel like has served me so beautifully well in my life. But because I was made aware of that as a young girl, I watched this around me. And I feel like, and you can tell me, I feel like this parallels a lot with what the work that you're doing to help people. Because as I watch these people around me do these crazy, water diet, drink water, that's all you get for a month, type of thing, or whatever the drastic thing of the time was. And then they would lose a bunch of weight, or they would think they looked great for a while, and then boom, they would gain it all back plus 10. And so how do you teach people to take these steps or to change your brain in order to make the changes that can last? I mean, where do you start with people?
Yeah, first of all, I just want to kudos to your mom, because she is what my research has found to have an iterative mindset. So people who have an iterative mindset behave exactly as you describe, which is that they look at everything as little tweaks, little tinkers. Can I get myself to do this? Okay, maybe not. Maybe if I do it this way, I can get myself to do it. They're constantly like working the versions of what would succeed. And the thing that sets them apart is that because they iterate, which is those tinkers, tweaks, adaptations, adjustments, those kinds of things, because they're doing that instead of setting these hard goals or these big, drink water, you said, for a month or whatever craziness. It's just like an all or none kind of thinking, on the other end of that scale. Because she is in the iteration sweet spot, then she will not fail at what she wants to do. And that's what I found over and over again, is that there's this minority of people, they're probably about like 5% of people, who naturally iterate. But the fact that it's found in nature, in people like your mom, gives everybody else hope, because it is a teachable skill. She somehow, I don't know whether she got it from her parents. Do you know?
I honestly don't think so. I think I feel like she trained herself, because her parents were not very involved with her. And so I feel like she knew to get done what she wanted to get done in her life. She trained herself, I believe. And then she carried it down to the generations of my sisters and I, and kept us on track with it. And it's really served us well, that lesson from her.
Yeah. And so basically you won the lottery in terms of behavioral change. And then what I find also is that some people who have been trained to iterate in one domain of their lives, like for some reason, they don't carry that over to every single domain in their life. So when I talk to executives or people who are highly successful and they've got the iteration down in terms of their career or their work, they might not do it in their relationships, with their personal relationships, or they might not apply it to their eating habits.